Welcome to One on One. I'm Greg Bassett, your host from the Salisbury Independent newspaper, and I just love being with people who I love being with. This is great. Kathleen Mommé is here from the United Way. Welcome, Kathleen.
It's great to be here.
It's great to be here.
Yes, and
it's great to be anywhere at my age. And
oh, you're so sweet. You are wonderful.
Thank you.
It is an honor to be on your show.
Thank you, thank you. Another one of those people who would never talk to me if I didn't have a TV show. So I enjoy having you here.
You are crazy, 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 but great for our community.
So you've got some news going on. It's your time of year. What do you do this time of year?
This is the most exciting time of year. It is.
Isn't it the scariest time of year?
No, it's the most exciting.
See, this guy, she's positive and I'm negative, but go ahead.
That's true.
Why is it
Consistency is a good thing.
So why is this such a great time of year for you in the United Way?
This is the, we have just kicked off our annual United Way campaign, which is the largest campaign in our community that brings everyone together to make a difference. We bring people who are working on the line, top management. We have a direct mail campaign for everyone to say, yes, I can help in some way. And this year, it is, I won't say scary, but we have done a leap of faith.
You have a crazy number you're trying to hit.
Yes, we are for the first time shooting for $2 million for our community.
You can't do that.
Yes, we can.
No.
Yes, the little engine that could. Yes, we can. And we are a little engine, but it is amazing because the fuel really is, the amount of, we have over 200 companies that offer this to their employees to give back, whether it's $1 a week or $2 a week. And right now, over 10,000 people who donate to us from all different levels. From the person who is, say at the end of the year, it's $52 because they did $1 a week, or the person who wrote a $1,000 check. And yes, I love commas, but that's not the norm. The majority of people, no matter what, they live to their means, but they do want to help. And it is exciting time of year because we get to see how many people care, and we can hit that $2 million mark this year. I am just absolutely over the top determined we're going to do it. And I say, we have a small little engine that could, but we have hundreds of volunteers who are out there and asking companies to participate who've never participated before. Last year, we had a record 18 new companies.
Wow.
Yeah. And most times, Greg, people said, sure, I can offer that to my employees. Don't want to strong arm.
Right.
And which is really important because that's not who we are. We want people to say, yeah, I can't do it all, but I could do $1 a week, or I could do $5 a pay. And that helps, and it does. Last year, what that turned out to be was we were able to close to over $1.4 million in funding to 74 different programs in our community. And most importantly, 100% of what we raise stays right here.
Right.
As you know, many people see on the, football games, whether it's your Steelers or your Ravens or your Redskins. I am the Redskin. I'm a minority. I know. I have to go be happy that they just had one win. But you see that and you think United Way is this huge group, when in reality we are the largest charity in the world, but it's different. It's not one. Like in the United States, there's 1,400 different United Ways. So what we raise here in Worcester, Wycomico, Somerset, and Dorchester counties, that's our territory, that's our United Way. All that money stays right here to help local needs. What's happening in Poughkeepsie or Miami or San Francisco may be totally different with those United Ways. So we are really looking, like for here in Wycomico County, we fund the Village of Hope. There's not a Village of Hope in Baltimore.
Right.
So even, so we really look at the local needs and fund where they're making a difference. I think that's one of the true testaments to why we have been so successful is people don't, they want to help, but they don't want to just throw money and say, I don't know, did it help anyone? And that's where United Way comes in. We are sort of that backbone for the donors to look out for their dollars. We don't fund agencies or programs that just have a recognizable name. we fund programs that are truly making an impact. We want measurable results, which is, when you say, when you're helping, isn't it sort of a soft world?
You
How
need
do you measure?
accountability.
Yes. We have to have accountability. And that's why I think so many donors say, I really like United Way looking out for me. I want to help, but I don't know if this one program just got a bequest or if they're really making a difference. If in a children's program, it's not just, are they just being, a babysitting service? No. We want to see that grades are going up, referrals to the office are going down. And so we really do track that. It's hard for the agencies. Our nonprofit agencies are stretched very far. And so for them to measure is difficult, but we do help them along the way to make sure, because it can't just be anecdotal that we helped Aunt Mary. We want to know that Aunt Mary's not in a nursing home.
Right.
And she's getting Meals on Wheels, and that is making her be able to be healthier and independent.
Right. Now you say, we'll see how much they care, but the thing with you guys is you find a way to make people care. People who care but don't know how to show they care, and you are able to not prod them, but help them do the right thing.
Well,
you have an ability. Your program is set up that way. You're able to do that.
And I think people do want to give. They do want to help, but they want to trust. And I think that's where United Way comes in. We can show them. I'll show pictures of people who've been helping. They're like, oh my gosh, that is my neighbor.
Right.
It is real. It's not this movie star on TV. And they see the local credibility. They see the numbers. And I think people like to know that it's not just, I'm writing a check. What's it going for?
Right.
Well, we can say that $26, if someone gives us $26, which would be 50 cents per pay period if it's 26, and we can make sure that one child is enrolled in our Imagination Library program. They will get one book a month for a year. And we have that program from birth till they enter at kindergarten, free of charge. And that's $26. You can't get a better bang for your buck in making a difference. Even better, when I talked about results, we just give books to these children? No, we actually are able to, we work with all 4 school systems, and we can go back and give them the names of the children who are enrolled, and they will, without the names, let us know their scores entering kindergarten. So it really is all about the bottom line, measuring results. We don't want to just, I hope the kid likes the book. We want to know that they entered that school year knowing that for the past couple of years, they got a book every month at their home and making a difference. Kindergarten ready is important.
We just had a photo in the paper of you with Andrea Bursler, the executive director of the library, along those lines.
Yes, Project Read, literacy. Yeah. We talk about the basic literacy. We're doing that on one end, but we also, with that program, we have many, many adults who cannot read or write. And many employers and HR folks, people can work around that, but we have people who do want to help and learn to read, but they're embarrassed. This Project Read program at the library, we're delighted. It was started through the Wicomico Rotary, and the library is going to be putting it on. We were delighted to help provide some seed money to get that going. And it will provide basic literacy, tutoring, one-on-one, non-embarrassing, to help adults who want to learn to read and write. It will also help with health literacy, technology literacy. I could use some of that myself. So again, and health literacy is just huge right now. We have people who don't, they're going to the emergency room. They don't understand that they have to take their medication on a regular basis and ended up using the emergency room as primary care. So there's a lot of things that we're going to be doing within all of our agencies to get to the people who are most vulnerable to help them with health literacy.
We had Peggy Bradford in a couple weeks ago. It was her exit interview. She's retiring from Mac Incorporated.
Yes. Be still my heart.
Yeah, terrific lady, devoted her whole life to serving this community. But she talked about Meals on Wheels. And we all have in our head, the beauty of Meals on Wheels, it's so simple that, I can support that because you think what it is. But there's more detail in terms of what the people do when they go in the homes and how they sort of assess the people and all that. But anyway, my point is, she was just so laudatory to the United Way for helping back them with the Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, it is. It is an incredible program, and it is, as Peggy has done a terrific job, and she'll say it as well. It's far beyond the meal. Yes, we provide $9. It provides the gas, all the nutritional requirements, the transportation. But what's priceless in that you can't account for is that, hi, how are you?
Right.
We have so many seniors in our community right here today, Greg, that are lonely. They just want, someone to say hi, to look them in the eye. That's the beauty of our community. I say, you can go to New York and Baltimore and it's great, but people don't even look at each other in the eye. People care here on the shore, and we have an obligation, I think, as a community to touch those people who are lonely and say, you're important, just as we do with young children. It's so important for someone to give them a hand up, pat them on the back. These seniors, there for the grace of God, it's going to be any day. It could be me in a few years. Just to have that program is a lifeline, and also not just for the senior, but for the families who are having to work.
Right.
And they love their senior and their family, but they can't be there every day.
Yeah, it gives them a little break.
Huge. Huge. Just to know.
And a talking point, how was the Meals on Wheels lady today? I mean, whatever it is, that's important.
And many of these folks, they don't have. I'll never forget when Cal Ripken made his record. I actually went on one of the routes during that time, and I know I'm dating myself. And oh my gosh, you didn't want to leave the house. This man was so excited. He wanted to talk about Cal Ripken, and it's just like there's many people who don't have anyone to talk to.
Yeah.
As you know me pretty well, I would go crazy if I didn't have anyone to talk to. But the neat part is, and I would love. When I retire, I would love just to start doing Meals on Wheels. That is such joy for both the driver and the recipient, because they get to talk about what's going on. They may not go even though it's difficult, some people they want to talk about what happened with the debates. What's going on with the debates? What is your thought? No, right or wrong, it's just someone to say, I care.
Yeah. What's it like for you, the position you sit in? Every problem in the community comes to you, and you have to find a way to help fund the solutions to so many of those problems. It's a very unique position that you're in.
It is, and we are focused to the extent that we know we cannot do it all. But still...
Well, when I got here, I think you had 24 programs. Right. Now you have 74.
Yeah. The breadth of what we've done has grown.
In 15 years, you've added 50 programs.
I know. And the needs are tremendous.
Yeah.
And we look at it in three different ways. We focus on, we not just focus. Every day, we fight for the health, education, and financial stability for everyone in our community. We need to do that, and we do that, so we look at programs. So Meals on Wheels, for example, that program really is a health program, but for many it's a financial stability program.
Right.
Too. They can't afford that meal, even though many can donate. So yes, it is daunting when we look at all of that we have those, but it's so much more inspiring when we see the difference that programs are making, that we see that a woman from Village of Hope at 28 years old who had found herself hit bottom. Her bottom was pretty low. She had been in and out of jail. She had a 2-year-old, and she wanted to turn herself around. And now 4 years later, she graduated from Warwick. She learned budgeting, finance. She now is in her own home, has married, and is raising her child and not needing help. That's the exciting part, helping people and families be independent.
But how lucky for you that you get to play a role in that.
It is really an amazing blessing. I really think I'm one of the most fortunate and blessed people in our community, because I get to see not only the great things in people's lives being changed, but the great people who care. It is so, and so many people who give so much, and they don't want anything in return or any accolades. And we have one of the most generous communities I could ever imagine. So yes, I pinch myself. I am blessed. I get to see great people. I get to see results. And yes, I got to see a lot of hard-working people who can't volunteer, who say, I can't do much else. I'm a working single mom, but I'm going to give $1 a week. That to me is just what it's all about. And for United Way, it's not just bringing in the large donors. It is bringing our whole community together to be at this table to help, which is really, to me, that's one of the best parts of United Way. It's not the elite, it is bringing everyone together.
But, the large donors, too, a guy like Jim Perdue, I'm amazed at the relationship that you have with him, because if I'm Jim Perdue, I would just say, call my secretary and she'll send you a check. But you get him to show up at stuff, he wears the shirt, he encourages his employees to, he's very involved. So he gets it. Somehow you've helped him get it.
No, Jim's always gotten it. Jim and the Purdue family have always gotten. Jim has just followed the tradition and taken it to a new level.
A whole new level.
Whole new level.
Yeah.
And Jim personifies what is good and real in our community. He is one of the most humble men I know, hardworking, and as everyone knows, anyone at Purdue, they are hardworking.
Right.
From the guys who are the chicken, live
Right.
haul chicken catchers, to the ones who are the eviscerators, to the ones in management. But Jim is a role model for everyone. He will get there. He will be there at many of the campaign meetings. He's right there. Just like I swear, he may be, not only the economic force that company represents in our community, they represent the heart of Salisbury and the
Right.
Eastern Shore.
But he could give money to anybody, but he believes in you all enough to donate his time plus
Yes,
the money and help his employees understand that and get them to donate. Are they your biggest?
They are by and far
Okay.
over $330,000 last year.
Wow.
Yes, the next came in at 130. So yes, by far, I'll be happy to share. Somebody might not like it, but I buy Purdue chicken. My husband works at Mount Air. Just
Really?
saying. Just saying.
I didn't know that.
Yes. I only buy Purdue chicken. They are such a blessing. So I take this very personally. I live it. So it is. They just give back so much and in so many ways that so many would know. And I'm very honored that Jim and the company for years have seen the value.
They have confidence in you.
Yes.
I mean, that's
they do.
really, really important.
And it comes back to what we talked about earlier is the trust. People trust our United Way to look out for their dollars, and we do the due diligence. People are good. They want to give, but they don't know really what's the behind the scenes, and we provide that tool for them.
Right, and you do, in terms of the accountability, it's a very polite accountability, but you guys do go into the people that you give money to, and you do the tours, and you look at what's going on, and you can demonstrate success or failure or whatever. But,
absolutely.
But big success by and large, certainly. But it's a very open process.
It is, and it's very healthy too. And all of our programs, one of the benefits that they receive back is through the reviews each year, is they get commendations and recommendations on how they can be more efficient.
Yeah.
Commendations on how they're doing it great, and we do look at the numbers. It does come down to how many lives are changed, but not just quantity, but quality. Is that child's life really changed, or is it just a number? So we really dig in, and yes, we make sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and the budgets and the audits. We do all the due diligence behind the scenes work that many donors want to help, but they don't have the time to do. So we offer that as a service.
Were you all just involved in the Warwick Scholarship Program?
Yes. We had a special grant that we were honored with, and one of the things that we looked at was financial stability. And with the Wicomico County Schools partnering with the high school graduates with Warwick for free tuition, one of the areas that we saw that wasn't being filled was we have many adults who want to get a job. They want to get their CDL license or their CNA or LPN, and they don't have the funds to get that license for a $4,000 license or whatever the program costs. So we have a scholarship now at Warwick so that they are managing that anyone in this community who cannot afford to get in that program, then the good news is they're coming back. They're going to be able to have a profession. They're going to be able to be a truck driver and many different professions. Brian Newton at Warwick is heading up that program, and it really is exciting to see that we want to help people who want to work hard get there, but there's many there's a gap.
Right.
They can't afford the cost of that tuition. So it's going to be exciting to see as we track that, the ones that go through this program, how many stay in our community, and that we're going to be able to track to see that they're still working 1, 2, 3 years later.
Do you have a favorite program yourself?
No.
Do you have any, when you started, you think, well, this might work or not work, and then you're blown away that it works? Or?
I would say one of the most exciting, you can't favor one over the other. We're talking about human needs, from health, from hospice care for someone who has no insurance, to Big Brothers and Big Sisters program, providing a child with somebody else who thinks they're important.
Right.
You can't measure those and favor one against the other. They're different types of needs. But it is exciting to see the results, though. I think, one of the things that we have progressed as a United Way with over the past 5 years tremendously is technology, where we now really track the results, and we're looking at long-term, that we're going to be able to track students in all of our programs for education and track to see that they graduated. We can't do the whole population, but we can say, children in this after-school program or children in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. Track them on a long-term basis to see where they are. That, to me, is exciting to be able to get to the point where we can say long-term results. And children in these programs, whether it's Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Salvation Army after school, or Big Brothers Big Sisters, they have a higher rate of graduating than other children in their
It's
grade.
amazing.
So that part is very exciting, that technology is helping us with that now. And
Yeah.
the school systems have just been phenomenal to work with.
Yeah.
So we're, again, a small partner.
And they certainly appreciate, when I talk to the school people, they really appreciate your involvement in that. I mean, it's obvious.
Yes, and shout out, Wicomico County Schools this year. Not only are we partners in that way, but they are going gangbusters right now with a whole new exciting campaign and involving their students, so that there will be, for anyone who's listening who has a child in elementary or middle or high school, that there is going to be, for the school that raises the most money from the United Way, beyond the employees, or in conjunction with.
Because the employees are significant contributors, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. All Board of Educations, but Wicomico is really looking to take it to the next level and get the kids involved. So the winner this year for each category per capita for elementary school, the elementary school that wins the most money, they have all kinds of prizes going on, and Kiss the Pig contest and all kinds of fun contests. All of them will get their pictures taken. Every student will have a Live United shirt given to them, and we're going to have a drone take a picture of them over top and put it on a billboard. So we'll have one elementary,
Wow.
one middle, and one high school in Wicomico County highlighted. So,
That's awesome.
Yes. Although someone said, you have to be careful when we put those billboards up. We don't want people having accidents trying to say, oh, that's my child.
Well, we can also always run it in the paper.
Yes. Like that. Yes. We will be promoting those schools. Again, a healthy competition where everyone wins, but we will be highlighting the energy that the schools are putting into it right now.
You also have fun. You have little events that are fun that get people to come out, and they enjoy the socialization while they're also donating money. You had the Cornament just recently. I just read in the Salisbury Independent today that it raised $15,000.
Yes, it did. Yes,
Something as simple as that, you can like bring out 15 grand from that.
Yeah, it was amazing, and we had people dressed up in corn costumes, and if you're going to help people, you have to have fun doing it.
Yeah.
It's
Your
people want to be
Preakness event
involved.
is
Preakness Palooza.
Yeah.
Oh, Dean Goodwin and Brad Sutliff, what they do with that, and they raised $20,000 a year on that.
Yeah.
And coming up October 13th, Piedmont has taken it to a whole new level.
This scares me because I kind of want to do it, but I'm afraid to do it. So tell us about
You have
this thing.
to do this. This would be great. So it's $10 a person, so
Yeah.
it's $80 for a team, and you'll compete to see how far you have a rope, and you truly pull a Dash 8 airplane.
It's like a 30-ton airplane.
Yes, I know, it's crazy. So and the fastest time wins. So we have now. It's really getting exciting. We have fun, and it brings the community together beyond raising money for just critically needed programs.
Yeah, it's amazing. Your coordinator's breakfast this year, I know not everyone gets to go to that thing, but as someone who goes to these events and there's a spokesperson and you feel like you've heard it all before, so you just try not to look at your phone during these things. But this year you all had a man come in, a principal from Wilmington, who gave, I think, the most inspiring speech I have heard in years. And I get goosebumps just thinking about this. Tell me about this man and what he said.
Principal L is he's a charter school up in Wilmington, and we were so blessed. I saw him at a United Way Worldwide conference years ago and just never realized he was in our own backyard. And he is still a principal of a middle school and that has won records because he wanted to inspire young students who really have everything against them. And he now, his middle school students have won national championships in chess.
He taught them all to play chess. It's the most amazing thing
I
ever.
know. And on national level,
Yeah.
Middle schoolers. And he did talk
They're
about
beating college teams.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. And, he said, it was so fun because, a couple years ago, he had, was it Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he was running for office, was going around and really was intrigued by this chess team. And so he was there and watched this young middle school 7th grade girl. And he said, I want to play chess with her. And she beat him
In
in
like
chess.
5 moves.
Yeah. So she can say she beat the Terminator, you know? She terminated the Terminator is what he said. But the key is he is one of the most inspirational, and he is a role model for principals across the
And
country.
his message for this community fit. I mean,
It did.
yeah.
We need everyone to make our children feel like there's somebody crazy about them.
Right.
Not just care. We want to be crazy about our kids. We want them to know that we care. We need to believe in them, because sometimes these kids don't have, unfortunately, we have kids who don't have anyone to believe in them. And that's where it is a village. We do need to wrap our arms around our school systems. They can't do it on their own. Our community needs to do that. So, and that was truly, again, we can do it. He had more inspirational quotes than I have ever heard. And and it's not just talking about it. He said, vision without a plan is a hallucination.
Exactly.
And I was like, a vision without a plan is, we can all talk, but we've got to act. We've got to show action that we are wrapping our arms around. And I think our community, as a whole, there's a lot of great things going on. The mayor has a youth advisory task force that is really looking at what we can do as a community. We need more after-school programs. The United Way cannot do it on their own. One that we support right now is the Epic Dream Center. It is a model.
Out in Hebron, and the mayor is really, he loves that as the model for everything else.
It is,
Yeah.
and we love it, and we have been funding it. We just need to take it to scale.
Right.
As a community, United Way can't do it on our own because they are outside the box. They are not. It's not just an after-school program. It's a do your homework. It's a supportive, and the children each have a mentor, someone that comes and spends time with them once a week, sometimes twice a week, and even better, they sit together and have a meal every night. They fix 60 meals a night and sit around a table, and crazy as it sounds, they talk about what they did each day.
Right.
Yeah, and that's, it is that simple.
Which is what we all used to do before television.
Yes, no phones. And many times some of these kids don't have moms or dads that are can be home at dinner time. So it's somebody else to say, how was your day? And to share. And it is just remarkable. Again, I go back to the results. We are looking at the bottom line results, grades, and also referrals to the office. It's hard to measure self-esteem.
Yeah.
You can also see, this is the anecdotal side that we do look at, is children walking, standing up a little taller, feeling better about themselves, and to be able to track these students year to year. So again, there are a lot of great things going on in our community.
Campaign's already started. Is it too late for me to get involved and donate? What do you tell people who want?
It is never too late.
What do people who want to participate, what do they have to do?
Right now, first just call our United Way. Or go on our website.
Your staff is so nice there. I would call because they're just so nice. But go ahead.
We do have a dynamite team.
Yeah, they're terrific.
They all care so much. And please give us a call. We can, number one, we have a direct mail program going on now. If you're not getting a direct mail, a brochure in the mail, please call us. We'd be happy to send you one so that you can donate just as a resident or at the workplace. If your company is not offering an employee campaign, please, please, please ask them to ask their employer, can we offer this here?
Right.
It is not a strong arm, and many people, they can't just write a check for $50, but they could give $1 a week out of their
You don't
paycheck.
even miss it.
No. And most people say, I feel better because I want to give back. My child benefited from one of these programs before, and I've never been able to write a check. This way I can help. So really is getting more people, anyone who's listening right now, if they could just talk to their family, friends, neighbors, saying, do you all participate with the United Way campaign at your workplace? Right now we have our Wicomico County Chairman is Dana Seiler with Vantage Point Solutions. He would be delighted to come and talk to you, and it really is easy just to set up payroll deduction, and we can come and do a 5-minute presentation to the employees, or we can do a 20-minute presentation. And Greg, the best part is when we go to do new campaigns, Bank of Delmarva last year for one, they had not, and I think they're hesitant just because, is it too much pressure on the employees? And Bank of Delmarva last year raised over $11,000 in their first campaign. And one of the things that we heard over and over from the employees was, I had no idea that United Way did all this and that I could help and it would be easy. And many of them's like, my granddaughter is in the Imagination Library program. And I didn't know. I know it was free, but I didn't know who paid for it. So again, it's that simple. We need everyone to spread the word. We only have 8 full-time and 2 part-time staff in 4 counties. We need, all of your listeners to say, why not? Can we at least call me directly at the United Way? I'd be happy to talk to you or come out to your office and speak with anyone. And most importantly, we need volunteers as well. We're the largest. We are not the largest, but we are the designated, so I guess the largest, volunteer center through the governor's office on the Eastern Shore. So we have a Get Connected platform for.
Right, that was something I didn't really know about.
Yeah.
I mean, now I'm more involved in United Way, so I get the emails, we need volunteers, and I didn't really know that aspect of it.
And we're just really starting to push that now. And we've had, this week alone, we've had, I think, 3 retired women who've come in and it's like, this is great. I can help. I feel like I'm doing something. They're stuffing envelopes, yes, but we do something different. There's always something different to do. And so there's always opportunities. Plus, we have opportunities to, if you go on our website, you can see all of our programs have posted what their needs are. So if it's not directly volunteering with our United Way, which we would love more volunteers, there's opportunities for Meals on Wheels, there's opportunities for children's programs, there's opportunities with the food bank, lots and lots of volunteer opportunities. So you can just see them all and sign up. So it is as easy as that.
Didn't I tell you she's terrific? She's Kathleen Mommé. She's Executive Director of the United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore, and we're thrilled when she comes here for the beginning of the campaign. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Greg Bassett from Salisbury Independent Newspaper, another edition of One-on-One right here on PAC 14.
First Shore Federal is proud to support PAC 14 and One-on-One. We'd encourage every business to support PAC 14 and pick a program and support it, and let's make a difference.